Добровольно даю согласие на видеосъемку.
I voluntarily consent to the video recording. My name is Yudin Vladimir Nikolaevich, born on October 21st, 1979, mobilized. Well, we were told to sit in dugouts and not to leave it, so that we don't show up and don't go out in the daytime. That's just the order, because if you go out in the daytime, you can be easily uncovered and bombed. To be honest, I think they already have a map of all our dugouts and tunnels, since there are constant shelling. There was a gun battle, I could see anything. I only saw something explode in front of me, hit me in the neck, and it was hard to breathe. The splinters went tangentially. I hid behind the stone. Everyone else spread out and also hid. There were no more trees or anything else to hide behind. Everything was cut off. I fired at the drones and shells. One explosive was falling right in front of me, but I dodged and rode away. I was mostly looking up, so nothing would fall on my head. A bullet, or whatever that was, fell into my leg. I threw it off the beech bark, and there was blood. I looked at my chest. There was no first aid kit. Apparently, I lost it somewhere during the battle. I didn't have any promedol. I lost all the meds. I went back to the same place where my fighting position was. There were 3 wounded already there, so I was the 4th one. No one showed up for us. No one evacuated us. So the same night we decided to leave. I crawled on my knees and my elbows as hard as I could. I knew there was a dugout somewhere in that direction, hidden under the tree. I decided to wait out the day in there. By then I hadn't seen water for 24 hours. I was so thirsty, but I had nothing to drink. Anyway, I waited out another day. By about 5 o'clock I had crawled to the edge of the landing. I decided to take cover at the bombed-out dugout that was there. There was a piece of oilcloth from the roof, so I used it to cover myself. After about 10 minutes, something exploded over my head. It was about a meter away from me. I realized I'd been spotted. I crawled under the tree, but the drone was already hovering there. AGS started working along with the mortar. I'm sure it was AGS because there were paired bursts. Then I heard walkie-talkies and understood it was a Ukrainian army coming. They were throwing grenades, clearing the territory. I shouted that I was alone. They told me to crawl over to them, and so they took me captive. They didn't touch me, although they had reasons to. Before all this, I worked as a tower crane driver. As someone, I got a mobilization notice. I'm a citizen of my country, so I had to go. But I didn't come here for the money. I was living peacefully and earned enough. Everything just opens up gradually, and I only understood some things here. Now, after May the 9th, everything changed instantly. Everything has changed in my head and I cannot answer at once. I feel sorry for people. People die and people go missing. It's a pity. It's not that it wasn't pity, it just seemed that they were actually doing something important here. Right now I have a totally different view on this. It is an independent country and I understand this. I realized it before, but it was an unconscious decision. It wasn't voluntarily. The voice was made for me. Everyone understands where they are going. Everyone. Well, I am a citizen of my country, and the government is a government. I don't know. Damn, I don't even know. I can't answer that. No one thought about anything that was happening here and how this all got started. No one even wonders about it. Everyone lives in their own world, dealing with their own issues. It all just went not by the way it was planned. That's definitely the problem behind it, because everyone lives their lives. Everyone has families, their own tasks, works, home, etc. Everybody was doing things and didn't care about global problems. That's the whole reason. But I am not a politician to ask myself such political questions. Well, I guess I left it up to fate. There is a war of attrition going on. Whoever gets exhausted first. It's complicated, all of those political issues. NATO. It is too hard for me to understand. I have a cousin who never touched political issues, and he just doesn't need it. I watch the news sometimes, or some political debates, but I still don't understand. If I was guilty, I wouldn't be sitting here. I would have probably died. What can I can probably get imprisoned in Russia if I keep saying things like that. Yeah, it is a miracle I survived, but the Federal Security Service in Russia, they can make me take responsibility for all I say. So maybe it is better not to. But what can I advise them? Just think with your head. I don't want to hurt my loved ones. That is the most important thing. I don't want my son to get hurt. His last name is different from mine, but still, I don't want to hurt my loved ones. I can give advice when I am back home. Sure, that will be only to those you will be around me, but still, it's very hard to answer such political questions openly. I haven't been in Russia for half a year, and there are definitely new laws and limitations by now. I don't know, but I just assume that any wrong word can have harmful consequences. So I don't want to answer any political questions, I am just scared. I never got into this politics, we just watched and laughed at everything that happened. Yes, there are the same faces in power for more than 20 years, the same parliament and the same people in the presidential election. That's sad.